Good morning, Group B. So since we've got a 2-hour delay this morning, I went ahead and decided to just record a video for you for your ELA lesson tomorrow morning instead. So we're doing a yes, ma'am, and it's been a little while since we've done a yes, ma'am. So let's talk about what exactly you're supposed to do. Now, I know many of you have done this several times, but we're going to talk through it anyway. So notice that I've got a visual here that is there to help you and explain what a yes ma'am is. So, like always, with your first M, you're introducing the text and question, the prompt that you're answering. Your A's in the center are your examples from the text. Your last M is your conclusion and should be kind of similar to your first sentence. Okay, so here's our prompt for Juanita and the Beanstalk. How does Juanita solve her problem? So this is still assigned to you on Wonders. So I would recommend that you use the text to help you. So I'm going to go to answer assignment. Remember, you can copy and paste the template that I've put here for you. It's there to help. So I'm going to highlight all of this, double click, copy. I'm going to go to my text box and hit Control and V to paste. Great. So my first M, this seems to be the one that we always have the most trouble with. So let's go ahead and talk about what this should be. So I have blank tells us how blank. So remember that first blank should be your text title, and it's Juanita and the Beanstalk. Tells us how what? Well, let's look at the prompt. It tells us how Juanita solves her problem. Okay. So it tells us how Juanita solves her problem. There we go. We've got the first M done. Now then, notice that I've got these sentence starters here for you. In the text, then this should be followed by your example from the text. So you need to look through Juanita and the Beanstalk and find a moment in the story where she solves her problem or works towards solving her problem. So that's what these two are. Now, what about this conclusion? So we seem to have a little bit of trouble with this as well. So how do we write the last sentence of our yes, ma'am? Okay, so now I know blank. What do I put after that? Well, as I said before, it should be very similar to your first sentence. So the first sentence I have is Juanita and the Beanstalk tells us how Juanita solves her problem. Okay. So you would say something pretty similar to that. So I will just say, now I know how Juanita solves her problem. Or something like that. Something similar to this. Okay, so I've done the first sentence for you and the last sentence for you. You should be able to handle the two examples from the text on your own. All right. So you'll notice that ELA's got two separate assignments. You only need to do Group B only. Do not do Group A's yes, ma'am. It's a little bit different from yours. All right. So that's it. And I will see you all a little bit later for math.